thì những nhánh sông hay bao con đường cũng sẽ dẫn về một ngày anh chờ em. Vì ngày em đến là ngày tuyết rơi mùa hè, bầu trời lấp lánh những cánh hoa như sao tỏa vơi. Và dù anh có trở lại vẫn nguyên lời thề, vì mong đời tháng em coi là hoa tuyết không tàn. Mùa hè bâng quơ nỗi nhớ, những chiếc lá non vương trên cành cây khô. Mùa hè bâng khuâng hoài để tìm sông xa hoa, và lòng ta bỗng như mong chờ bóng ta. Cuộc tình bâng khuâng đến trong ngày bơ vơ, gieo bao đớn đau trong tâm hồn ngây thơ. Mùa hè đi qua rồi, tình yêu cũng qua rồi, chỉ còn nước mắt vương trên bờ môi. Vĩnh biệt mùa hè còn ấm môi hôn ai khi đến về. Vĩnh biệt mùa hè cho con tim ta biến bao si mê. Vĩnh biệt tình đầu là cơn giông chân qua mau qua mơ. Vĩnh biệt tình đầu, tình làm con tim ta ớn đau. Vĩnh biệt tình đầu, tình làm con tim ta đớn đau. Dấu phố em qua một chiều thu nắng vàng, nhẹ nhàng rơi rơi đón lá thu ai vần bay trong gió xưa. Dấu phố em qua một chiều mưa cuối mùa, từng hạt mưa bay nước mắt đam mê. Một tình yêu ngày yêu dấu đã qua chưa, tình yêu mong manh nắng chiều ngày xa vẫn thoáng mê man. Tình yêu trời gió trời theo mây êm đềm trôi đi mãi. Ôi chưa bao giờ anh quên được em. Dấu phố em qua hàng cây xưa hé nụ, một loài hoa thơm dấu vết ngây thơ một tình yêu. Em nhớ chăng lắng nghe mùa đông từng cơn gió cuốn, trái tim còn như trào dâng ước muốn. Kìa nắng lên rồi, vội viết tiếp những câu chuyện mình, những câu chuyện buồn mùa đông không em, những câu chuyện xưa dường như đã hết. Chờ tia nắng ban mai về sưởi ấm trái khiến lòng tôi xót xa. Ngày lấy chồng em đi qua con đê mòn lối có về, có chiều bướm vàng bay theo em. Bướm vàng đã đậu trái mũ rồi, lấy chồng sớm làm gì để lời ru thêm buồn. Dù em thời thiếu nữ xa xôi, còn đâu bao đêm trăng thanh tán gầu sòng vui bên anh. Dù em thời con gái kiêu sa, em đố ai tìm được lá siêu bông em xin lấy làm chồng. Dù em thời thiếu nữ xa xôi, mình tôi lang thang muôn nơi đi tìm lá cho em tôi. Dù em thời con gái hay quên thương em, tôi tìm được lá siêu bông. Sao em nỡ vội lấy chồng? Còn đâu bao đêm trăng thanh tán gầu sòng vui bên anh. Dù em thời con gái kiêu sa, em đố ai tìm được lá diêu bông em xin lấy làm chồng. Dù em thời thiếu nữ xa xôi, mình tôi lang thang muôn nơi đi tìm lá cho em tôi. Dù em thời con gái hay quên thương em, tôi tìm được lá diêu bông hỡi diêu bông. Bằng lòng đi em về với quê anh, một cù lao xanh, một dòng sương xanh, một vườn cây xanh hoa trái đưa hương. Thuyền ai qua sông, giọng cười dễ thương. Bằng lòng đi em anh đón qua cầu mùa mưa, cầu tre dẫu khó đưa dâu. Bằng lòng đi em dưới mái tranh nghèo, về đây người quê chỉ có tấm lòng, có chiếc xuồng ba lá để yêu nhau. Ôi đóa hoa tím trời liu riu, dòng sông nước chảy liu riu, anh thấy em nhỏ xíu anh thương. Ôi những đêm ngắm sông nhớ em buồn muốn khóc, mình anh ca điệu ly qua câu. Sông nước chảy liu riu, anh thấy em nhỏ xíu anh thương. Ôi những đêm ngắm
nhớ em buồn,
thấy em nhỏ xíu anh thương. Ôi những đêm ngắm
nhớ em buồn,
thấy em nhỏ xíu anh thương. Ôi những đêm ngắm
nhớ em buồn,
thấy em nhỏ xíu anh thương. Ôi những đêm ngắm
nhớ em buồn.
dấu phố em qua một chiều thu nắng vàng, nhẹ nhàng rơi đón lá thu ai vườn bay trong gió xưa. Dấu phố em qua một chiều mưa cuối buồn, từng hạt mưa bay nước mắt đam mê một tình yêu. Ngày yêu dấu đã qua chưa, tình yêu mong quên ngát chiều ngày xa vẫn thoáng miên man, tình yêu chờ nơi gió trời
Hello YouTube world, I'm Ed Sheeran, this is Anne-Marie. We're going to sing a song that we wrote together called 2002. Alright, we'll sing a song that we wrote together called 2002. Alright, 1, 2, 3, called 2002. Alright, 1, 2, 3.
I will always remember.
Alright, 1, 2, 3.
I will always remember the day you kissed my lips light as a feather. And it went just like this. No, it's never been better than the summer 2002. Ooh. We were only 11, but acting like grown-ups, like we are in the present. Drinking from plastic cups, singing love's forever and never. Well, I guess that was true. Ooh. Dancing on the hood in the middle of the woods on an old Mustang, where we sang songs with all our childhood friends. And it went like this, say, oops, I got 99 bubbles singing bye bye bye. Hold up, if you wanna go and take a ride with me, better hit me baby one more time. Paint a picture for you and me on the days when we were young, singing at the top of both our lungs. Never under the covers. Fast forward to 18, we are more than lost. Yeah, we are all we need when we're holding each other. I'm taken back to 2002. Ooh. Dancing on the ooh. Dancing on the hood in the middle of the woods on an old Mustang, where we sang songs with all our childhood friends. And it went like this, say, oops, I got 99 problems, singing bye bye bye. Hold up, if you wanna go and take a ride with me, baby, baby, one more time. Paint a picture, baby, with me on the days that we were young. Paint a picture, baby, with me on the days that we were young, singing at the top of both our lungs on the day we fell in love. On the day we fell in love. Dancing on the hood in the middle of the woods of an old Mustang, where we sang songs with all our childhood friends. Oh, now, oops, I got 99 problems singing bye bye bye. Hold up, if you wanna go and take a ride with me, better hit me baby one more time. Paint a picture for you and me on the days when we were young, singing at the top of both our lungs on the day we fell in love. 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 Yeah, on the day we fell in love.
Okay, let's see what we're gonna solve today. Let's see. Okay, let's try random problems. Randoms like this. Common type of triangle. You are given a 0 in the integer numbers. A side 3, then we just have a array with 3 numbers. We can form the side of the triangle. The triangle equals that is all sides đều. Four sides of equal length triangles exactly two sides can different and return the string with present this type string at the form triangles. Okay. Check. Wait, that's basically can I use this? If three return if names or 3 times of this before solution, or 3 1 2 or 0 2, so that we can return 68, and the last one return scalar if this technique is known, if so technically 3 times or this, so we can return this again be okay, 2 3 4 2 3 0 2 1 2 2 here and 0 here. Okay. I'm not define. I forgot a name here. Names here. Names here. Okay. Submit. Come on. Okay, let me see for better. The time complexity is not can be better. It's a 1 for every times. But I think there's another way to write this course more readable. Short things. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we can shorten them first, and then short surface and take one. And okay, set, if set, nums, length, into save, I fit, then set, nums, it's gonna be three things like a cinema, like questions, this kind of stuff. the question we today with I think we can move on to sliding windows. Sliding windows here. Let's see. Permutation string. Permutation strings. Permutation string. You are given two strings S1 and S2. Return true if it containing permutation. ABC. How about anagrams is permutation? Okay. The anagrams must have meanings, but in lead code we don't care about the meaning, so I think anagram and permutation is the same ones. Ooh. Aduh. The string keys AIB is the permutation of ABC and is represents the L is CABE. The thing is sliding, right? I think I can use some sliding window to solve these problems. The windows. At first, I have to map this set character string 1 is gonna be set of S1, okay? To check if an character appear in another is appear or not, exit or not. So left, right here, right, go to 0 and 0. For every single range, string 2. I'm gonna check. If left, left equal is character, so we're gonna string the windows, string the right is gonna be first one. String the window until right. These problems, these kind of other problems, remember how to write it in the right way. Alright. To write in character, let's read the right. If right, left, let's think like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 minus 1 equal the length of 1 to true, okay, true. Else. Return false is here. Inefficient. character. So this one. Else. Else. Right. À. Ê, tiếng Việt khó chịu rồi. Commutations in string solution. Also Fuck. 2022. 2002. Three things I never seen in my life. The first one, I think, is this kind of problem is gonna hurt for me. It's long, cold, long windows. Check another solution. As one count, 3, 4, 3, 2 count. For any string that instead of using a hash map to store the number of each character, we can using a frequent array. 2002. Oh, man, la, la, do. 2002. Return phones here. Since 2002.
Hey everyone, welcome back, and let's write some more neat code today. So today let's solve the problem permutation in a string. And there's actually two solutions to this problem. One is the 26 times n solution, and there's another solution that's actually just big O of n. Now we know that a constant number here doesn't actually affect the overall time complexity.
You know that the constant number here doesn't affect to the time complexity overall.
complexity, but that being constant solution. And there's another solution that's actually just big O of n. Now, we know that a constant number here doesn't actually affect the overall time complexity, but that being said, I'm still going to focus on the slightly more optimal solution because it's a little bit more difficult, but it's also interesting, and it's a pattern that's actually used in other LeetCode problems as well. So we're given two strings, S1 and S2, and all we want to do is return true.
And all we want to do is return true is
if the string S2 contains a permutation of S1, and we return false if that's not the case. Now, you can get bogged down and really confused with the explanation of this problem, like focusing a ton on permutations, but I'm going to try to simplify this for you immediately without going down too many rabbit holes. And let's actually take a look at this first example. So we see that S1 is the target string. That's what we're trying to look for. We're looking for a permutation of this string somewhere inside of S2. Can we find it? Now, what does permutation mean? Well, we could actually, create a permutation of the string, which would be really complex and annoying. But we see that over here, there actually is a substring of S2, and it's a permutation that matches S1. It's BA, right? The exact same characters, just in a different order, which is perfectly fine. Now, by the way, AB itself technically counts as a permutation of itself. So this string is also allowed. But since you kind of see, what we're really just looking for is there a substring of the exact same size? So this is 2 characters, so we have to look for a substring of 2 characters here, right? We can't just take 3 characters and say that that's the permutation. But, we're looking for a window, same size as this, and it has to contain the exact same characters as S1, just maybe in a different order. Now, does that kind of sound familiar to you? Well, it's the same thing as looking for an anagram, right? We're just looking for the exact same as S1, just maybe in a different order. Now, does that kind of sound familiar to you? Well, it's the same thing as looking for an anagram, right? We're just looking for the exact same characters. We don't care about what order they're in, right? So it's looking for an anagram, so we can actually use a typical sliding window technique. We're going to look at every window in S2 that's the exact same size as S1. So in this case, length 2. So we're going to look at the first 2 characters, then the next 2 characters, then the next 2, etc., until we find an exact match with S1. Now, if we were actually comparing the exact characters, that would be pretty annoying. The time complexity in that case would, let's say, be n times m, where n is the size of S2, m is the size of S1, because we're looking at every single window. But we can do it a little bit better. We can reduce it to be 26 times n if we use a hash map, because actually in this problem, it's written all the way at the bottom of the description, so it's not on screen, but they tell us that all the characters in both of the strings are going to be limited to lowercase a through lowercase z, so therefore the size for a hash map is going to be at most size 26. There's only 26 characters, so as we build that hash map, we're actually going to have 2 hash maps. We're going to have one hash map for S1, which is going to stay the exact same. We're also going to have a second hash map for S2, which is going to have the characters of the current window that we're at. So every time we create a window, right, each time we shift our window to the right, we're only just adding one character and maybe removing the character that was on the left. And then, once we have those 2 hash maps, we're going to compare them if they are equal, which is a 26 operation, right? There's only 26 characters, and so that's where we get this time complexity from. But there actually is a better way. This solution is doable, it's easy to code up, and you can do so if you would like, but I'm going to show you the slightly more optimal solution, which is actually not even going to have this 26. It's just going to be big O of n. So let's look at the big O of n solution. And it's actually similar to the previous solution we discussed. We're actually going to still have 2 hash maps, one for S1. So as you can see, we counted the occurrences of each character. We call it S1 count. So we have 1A, we have 1B, and 1C. So we filled our hash map with the same values. And our S2 hash map is empty because first we're going to set our window here, and then we're going to continue to shift it by 1 each time. but the difference here is we're not actually going to be comparing the two hash maps together. We won't need to because we're going to keep track of one more variable. We're going to call it matches. We're basically going to have a little shortcut. Initially, this is going to be set to 0. I'll just create a box for it, even though it's just going to be a single value, but we might be updating it to other values. But this matches variable is basically going to be a shortcut that's going to allow us to not have to compare the entire hash maps each time, which we know in the worst case could be a 26 operation, having to look through every single character of the hash maps. Because this matches variable is actually going to maintain the total number of equal characters in each of these hash maps, an actual number of equal characters in each of these hash maps. And actually, even though I didn't draw the entire map for S1 and S2 in this case, because actually we know that there's A through Z, there's 26 characters, and I didn't actually draw out the entire thing, but we are going to fill in the values in the code because we know that the rest of the characters in S1 are going to be of count 0, right? And matches is going to tell us the exact number of matches of each character between the two hash maps. So we want to know, does the A count of S1 and of S2 match? If it does match, then that's a +1. If it doesn't match, then that's not a +1, right? And we want to know the number of matches for every single character, and we want to know that initially, right? It could be 26 matches, or it could be 0 matches, right? It could be any value in between. But once we have 26 matches, that means that for some window in S2, and by looking at it, we know that this is going to be the window. We know that this window has 26 matches with this window because they both have a single A character, a single B character, a single C character, and for the other remaining 23 characters, they both have 0 of those characters, so therefore they have 26 matches. That's what we care about, and we can do that with a single variable without having to look through the entire hash map. Let me show you the algorithm to do that. It's pretty straightforward, actually. So first thing we're going to do is actually just look at the first 3 characters of S2 and then fill up our hash map, actually. So first thing we're going to do is actually just look at the first 3 characters of S2 and then fill up our hash map. So we have a single B, we have a single A, and we have a single X. Now you can see that this is what our hash maps actually look like. We have looked at the first 3 characters, and now what we're actually going to do, for the only time, we are actually going to iterate through both of these hash maps comparing each character. We actually do have to do that at least one time, but it's a single 26 operation. So, and then after that, we'll only have to just iterate through this string, so the overall time complexity is going to be n plus 26, which we know is going to be equal to big O of n. It's definitely better than if we were just doing 26 times n. Okay, so we're going to look at every character. A, they both have one A, they both have one B. S1 has a single C, but S2 does not have any C's, so therefore they have 2 matches, A and B, but C is not a match. Then we're going to look at all the other characters after C, and we're actually going to see that yes, there is a match. Right, because they both have 0 D's, they both have 0 E's, they have 0 F's, etc., etc. But then we're going to get to X. Okay, this has a single X, but S1 does not have any X's. That's not a match, but they both have 0 Y's and 0 Z's. So all in all, they actually matched every single character except for C and except for X. Those were the only characters they didn't match. So actually, initially we have 24 matches. Next we're going to take our window, which was like this, and we're going to shift it to the right by 1. When we shift it, we're obviously removing a character from the S2 window. We're removing a B. Now, as we make changes to the count, we want to know, does it affect the number of matches? So here we have 1, right, which was equal to what it was supposed to be in S1 as well, but now we're changing it to a 0, so therefore it's not matching with what it previously was matching with. Therefore, our matches total is actually going to be updated now to be 23. We're decrementing it by 1. Okay, but we also added a character, a Y. Does this affect our matches? Was is this a character we were looking for? Well, let's increment our I by 1, and we see that now it's 1, but what was the Y value in S1's count? It was equal to 0, so now we actually created another mismatch. So actually, the total number of matches is going to be 22 now. And now we're going to actually shift one more time, so this A is no longer going to be in our window. Now we're going to have X, Y, Z in our window. So we remove the A count is now going to be set to 0. We created another mismatch, so our matches count is now going to be 21, but we added a Z, so our Z count is 1, but the Z count in S1 is 0. Therefore, we created another mismatch, so now our total number of matches is actually going to be 20. Now let's shift our window one more time. Let's chop off this X. So X count is now going to be set to 0, so let's update that. X count is now set to 0, which is good for us because S1's X count was also 0, so therefore we can actually increment our number of matches now, right? So let's set matches now equal to 21. We also added a character. We added this A character at the top, so let's actually increment the number of A's. We went from having 0 A's to now having 1 A, and that's what we were looking for, right? Because 1 A is also found in S1 count, so now we can increment our number of matches from 21 to be 22. We're getting closer to our goal. And I'm going to kind of fast forward the remaining 2 spots. Clearly, we're going to see that the Y gets chopped off, and then we're going to be we're going to add the B character, which is also what we wanted to do, right? We have 1 B, and we have 0 Y's. So that brings us to be 24 matches, and then we're going to shift one more time to be at this last window. We're going to get rid of the Z that we didn't really need, so now our number of Z's is 0. That's good. That's exactly what we want. And we added a C character, so now we have 1 C. Now we have the exact number of matches we were looking for. Our matches count is going to be 26. Whenever we get
current windows, so this side windows not change and say yes, okay, this frequency array, so check. for the left it's gonna be it's gonna right, it's gonna be 0, 3, 2, and the length of S1. Of 2002. Ooh. The length of this is everyone knows here or not. Sometimes complexity for this is kind of like 10%. Do you know kind of maintain the phone is Windows is going order as to character right to order let's A this one and eighth, right? This equal the length of this one. I'm gonna move to the left. So this the link 3, 4, 5 right so first of is 3 right here and the length of the 2 and the length of the S1 minus 1 plus 1 right here minus 1 and count true. So I need to enforce here. Yes. For example, this right here is the 2, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 3. Two, right? So here we have to buff off the. It means that we have to shift the left pointer to the next element. So we have to remove the cow of this character here. It's okay. Why? Okay, sorry. So first I have to init the count of download. That's one for us. In range. That's one. This one here. Twitter isn't it too? This one. Let's check this. Right here, so we have to remove this character. 1 2 3 this two. Right now it's gonna be here. So 1 2 plus 1 here. Submit. Okay. Actually need a couple here. We can compare the directly without using a tablet to có thể nâng các cái process. Tầng mạng máy tính thì sẽ tập trung vào các kiến trúc phần tầng cơ bản, sau đi vào chi tiết các cái tầng vật lý, tầng liên kết dữ liệu, tầng mạng, tầng giáo lẫn, tầng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tầng là xong cái mạng này, là xong cái mạng này. Xong đến OS này, xong đến sang đến cái thứ còn đến chúng ta lại off là chưa off chim.